not brief? I mean, we've heard his reasons, but you're more of an insider. Why not?
We don't know. We are all baffled by it. We're all baffled by it. It's inexplicable for somebody, very experienced and highly regarded, all over the world, made a wrong judgment call in this instance.
I mean, for us as Kai FM, we were very supportive of Castor during the arrival. We were at Oratumbo, we were there, and we heard Chwane and some of the politicians speaking, and to go back now and think about what they were saying, I can't help as a South African but feel like some of these individuals are prepared to take the entire country down a deep sinkhole, because they were blaming others for being racist, for there being a conspiracy and so forth. At that, when you guys came back from Berlin, were you at that rally?
No. I remained in Berlin because I needed to attend an IWF coaches course conference, which was the 2 days immediately after the World Championship ended. So I remained behind, but I saw some of the scenes on CNN.
And what was your reaction to that?
Well, it was mixed. I thought it was a good.
The show of support was good.
Yes, yes. But the kind of utterances there, I don't agree with all of them. So I'm a bit ambivalent in terms of how I felt about that homecoming.
Okay. Now, as you know, I did what's been called a very provocative show. I said some very provocative things about Castor based on the leaked report by the IAAF. And in it, I really was trying to pose some questions around ASA, around the coaching staff, around her knowledge of some of these things. To your knowledge, I mean, are these issues that she's been having to deal with throughout her entire running career, or is this something that's just come up since Mauritius? Did it raise its head only for the first time in Mauritius?
No, there were rumors and innuendo over the years, but as a federation, we had no doubt that Castor is a female competitor, and that she's competing in the right category. Okay. We have no doubts about it. We still have no doubts about it. Okay. That there might be medical issues that is beyond her own control. I mean, God made it in a particular way. That is another issue altogether. But in terms of the normal classification of male and female, not only in South Africa, in the world,
it's very complex.
But we still maintain that Castor is a female competitor. And like I said, whatever medical issues come to the fore after the 20th of November, when the IAAF make the announcement that the results are official, I mean, that is, I think, for the scientists to then indicate what kind of interventions, if any interventions, are required, to get rid maybe of a health issue that might be there. So, just to reiterate that from our side, the situation has always been that we regard her as a female competitor. We still regard her as a female competitor.
Why did you resign?
Well,
I mean, there was a formal reason that you gave, which was directed at the IAAF. Is that still the main reason?
No, the reason why I resigned, I said I was not impressed that we as Athletics of Africa, with the manner in which we did not, defend Castor's rights. We didn't explain the complex issue of the gender verification test processes and procedures to her. We didn't stand by her in the manner that we should have stood by her. We allowed her to be tested in between competitions while we were in Berlin, and those were the kind of issues that made me realize that we failed. Now, if you look at Castor, she's an 18-year-old woman. She's from a rural area. It's her first World Championships. The pressure to compete at that level is immense. Now the added pressure of every dictum and every questioning your gender, and and you've been left to your own devices, so to speak, by your own team management, and that to me was the major issue.
Well, she's a national hero. How do you think she's handled the situation till now? I mean,
amazing, the dignified manner in which she's handled this abuse, and the lack of support from our own federation, and just the worldwide glare, the negative glare for the world. I mean, within that, she's held center stage, and she's carried herself with so much dignity and poise. It's amazing, you know. I am ashamed as a grown-up. I'm ashamed that, you know, we let her down in the manner that we let her down, and she is showing us, you know, how to deal with real life issues. You must understand, her life is never going to be the same. For all intents and purposes, her running days are over at the international level, because it doesn't matter what the IAAF says on the 20th of November, how many meeting organizers around the world were invited to competitions.
Yeah, you see, that's the other thing. I mean, I've got a friend of mine is part of her legal team, and it's quite a strong legal team, and they're very optimistic. I mean, they obviously represented Oscar Pistorius. They're very optimistic about their chances against the IAAF ASA, and also ensuring that she continues to run. Do you think that she will still have a running career?
Well, the IAAF might clear her. She might be clear to run. But to me, personally, I don't think she would want to put herself through the trauma
of those questions or those stories coming back up again.
Of when she's entered into a competition, other competitors will withdraw.
That's what I've always worried about.
You know, half of the spectators will boo, the other won't know what to do. And does she want to put herself through that kind of trauma every time, emotional trauma every time she steps onto the track? I don't think so. The only way that she could make her money is to sue. And I mean, really, I know that she will sue.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way that she can make reasonable money out of the sport. If you look at Marianne, say that for about 18-20 years dominated world 800 meters running for women. If we do a conservative
estimate of her earnings,
we could say she earned about between 2.5 and 3 million a year, US dollars.
Yeah.
So Casper is living in terms
$50 to $60 million.
where there's higher prize money and sponsorship now. So Casper could easily go for about 5-6 million a year dollars.
20 years, $100 million.
Over 20 years. Yes, I mean, and so. And you must also understand the IAAF wouldn't want to go to court over this, because they know that they are in